Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
Oh, they're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly, Miller's still such up. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the VWSC 1981 World Sports Car Championship Round 4, live from Riverside. I'm James Parfitt. We've got Mr. Paul Glover's going to come along for the ride for this one. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed. Let's take a look at the schedule for this one. And, well, it's going to be a very busy season for us up here in the booth. You can see there, we've already done Daytona, Mugello and Monza, and we're kicking off with the 90 minutes of Riverside. Then we've got Sebring, Le Mans, Watkins Glen, Spa, Road America, Silverstone, Nürburgring, Pagosa, Daytona, Mosport, and then we finish the season on the 12th of December at Brands Hatch. Let's have a look at the track for today. It is Riverside. It is no longer in use, but it is here. We've got 9 corners on the track. We've got the orange section. Don't forget, penalties will be harder during that section as well. But it's going to be very, very interesting indeed. 5.31 kilometers, 3.3 miles, built in 1957. But as I say, as of about, I believe it was 1989, I think it was, it is no longer done. Unfortunately, financially, the guys could not afford to update the track, and therefore, no longer a circuit. Let's take a look at the current keys to this race, shall we? Well, they've got a managed tyre wear. Well, that's fairly obvious. Don't get held up in the S's, because there is S's section here, as you've seen. Keep the engine temps cool. Been a challenge for a lot of the people this season. Fuel is at 2 times, 120 litres, will be 2 stops, 0.833 litres at 2.5 minutes. So there's a lot to take in on this one. It's going to be very, very interesting indeed. I would be looking forward to seeing how these guys can manage that, especially the fact, well, blowing up the car. So let's take a look at the standings for this one here for today. In the GR5 SP2Ls, Dan Herlock out in front on 57 points. Eduardo Bedica in second on 53. Then you got Nicholas Kirstens on 49. Johnny Gutierrez and Magnus Dahlgren. Ollie Day, Alessandro Smeraldi and Timon Suvic. Then Wouter de Bruyne and Gilles Lalonde. Mike Bell, Dan Kirby, Ollie Carginolati, Bradley Sellers, Ben Kesby and Tom Lane. In the teams, Scudiera Bridget out in front on 89 with Smile Power on 79. Then Emmy Racing on 70. Bad Day in fourth, and then Retro as Monsters Ford Zaxby in the final 5th place. Moving on into the S2Ls AMS. John Uyan out in front on 60 points with Jerry Chen on 57. Steve Carman on 46. Daryl Kruger on 42. Then you got Maximilian Petravki, then Ross Smith, George Angelides, finishes Concavas, Brian Hall, Ryan Paulbert Reyes, Gilles Lalonde, Dan Faz round out the top 12. SGS out in front with Angelides and Uyan, and MP Turning Point with Petravki and Kruger. Tic Tac Toe Motorsport, Concavas and Smith, then Flying Kiwi in 4th. And then Bad Day in 5th. Moving on to the next ones. GR5 SP UTULs. JT Tammy out in front on 60 points with Ethan Funk on 50. Benjamin Latalik on 46 and Ben Borman on 37. Then you've got Becky Ely Clark, Alan Smith, Elko Bussink, Alexander Schultz, Tony McCaughlin, Matt Wright, Dan Fowler, Maddie Williams and James Andrews at the bottom. Martini Racing Lancia out in front with Tammy and Funk. Then Burgundy Monsters in second. Usually Trouble in third. SF Motorsport in 4th, Craven Motor Racing in 5th. Moving on to the U2L AMS, Matty Overton out in front on 56 points with John Meyer on 38. Then you've got Carl Sturrell, Christian Dalga. Why is he there twice? Weird. Christian Dalga and Christian Dowles. I think they're the same person. Then Alex McBean, Eric Monet, Max Sumplap, G Survey, Adrian Rice, and Kataranakis at the bottom. In the teams, in the AMS, we've got Dark Thunder and then Broke Faster. That's your 1 and 2. We've got Mr. Ross Smith joined us in the booth as well, but let's have a chat with Mr. Paul Glover. Paul, how are you? All right, let's have a chat with Ross while Paul tries to sort out his mic issues. Paul, Ross, sorry, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm all right, mate. Well, obviously, I'm better than Paul.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good start. What do we expect from Riverside, mate? You know, no longer a circuit. What do we think is going to happen?
Well, it's going to be a confluence of converging strategies for sure. This is a very fast track, no weather in the area, so we should be clean all the way through for all 90 minutes. Strategy on fuel is going to be certainly at top of everyone's mind to try and make sure that they can get to the end. I noticed MNRL on Tuesday that it seemed like a lot of drivers were pulling in at about 30 minutes. So stationary time in the pits should help them a little bit there. So that way it should be just full tanks all the way through for some of the teams. Some of the other teams won't need quite as much fuel. So you're going to see them probably flag a little bit at the start, and then they'll be up towards the front all of a sudden as time goes on. But we'll see how tire strategy plays in there too. Left front is cooking in this entire track, especially through that final corner, which is like the NASCAR carousel, just taking you through and just scorching the rubber right off on all the way to the wall. So it'll be interesting to see how everyone plays together. The under 2 liter are going to be quick. I mean, they're only maybe a couple seconds away on average for the race pace, and certainly on a hot lap, they can easily outdo anyone who's in a 2 liter up and not going their fastest. So I know that Goncalves and I both have that kind of situation right now. We're deep in traffic. Unfortunately, neither one of us got very good qualifying runs because of others in the way. But we're looking forward to the race. We have strategies laid out, and we're going to go for it and see what we can do to get a top finish for both of us.
Yeah, sorry, James has left me in my left you in my capable hands, so to speak. I did notice that there was a little bit of coming together in close sections of the track during qualifying. Whilst we don't broadcast it, I do like to keep an eye on what's going on. But also, Ross, the sections where you've got the twisty bit, I've noticed that quite a few cars running wide. Are we going to see? Do we think a few track cuts this evening?
So the S's are interesting there. You can take quite a bit of the curve, obviously, because the curves aren't very wide. So, I mean, as long as you keep one wheel touching the line, then that is legal to have. So
yeah,
it won't be uncommon to have a bunch of dirt and sand kicked up in the air for sure. But anyone taking more than that, the track cut system, if they're going too fast and not slowing down, then it will say, hey, okay, you guys you've been naughty, so you've been warned. But it's borderline lenient. I mean, going too far out there and cutting it straight, the car gets a little unhandily. So you don't want to be doing too much of that. You don't really gain too much time that way. So yeah, it probably isn't too much of a risk in terms of getting cuts. But, I'm sure that some people will come pretty close.
I also noticed during practice, somebody took a right-hander. I don't know which turn it is. I'm not particularly familiar with this track, Ross, but they ended up behind the barriers by mistake. But I think by looks of it, they tried to correct it. But so we might even see a bit of that this evening.
It's very possible. I'm guessing it might have been down at turn 9, which is that sort of snail shell corner with the tightening radius. That one is very problematic. It's kind of off camber when you're coming around the tightest part of it, which is going to throw a lot of people off. You can always think that you can take it just a little bit faster than what you probably should. So for sure, you're going to have people wiping out there. And it's one of those corners that it has a bunch of different lines that every single car is going to take. Some like to swing it out wide. Some like to carry it nice and tight and kind of double, triple apex it. So a lot of different approaches to the way that the cars and drivers are set up to take it. But you definitely don't want to get offline there, because if you carry it to the wall, that fence can really mess up your car, and you really don't want any kind of damage going through that long straightaway, because you'll just keep losing time lap after lap.
So what do you think of your prospects for tonight, Ross? You've already touched on qualifying wasn't too great. So what's your aim for the race today?
So BMWs are looking at fuel strategy. Dan Herlock is pretty fast with drivers up at the front, so I feel like he's going to be kind of further away. But down in the AMs here, just judging by how MNRL went and where we're at on our fuel strategy, we're taking about 1 liter less per lap than everyone else. So if we can continue to use that strategy throughout the race, we can get a few more laps out, and we can be able to get that track position. We'll have less standing time on pit road come the final pit stop, or, depending on how we split up our stops, we can get some good track position. So we're planning to play it that way, and really work to the benefit of the way that the BMW has fuel strategy. And through some of the slower, twistier stuff, it tends to be a little bit better. So, just staying steady there, keeping out of trouble. That's the most important thing, is just stay on the track. don't succumb to the dangers that lurk out there. And unfortunately, like I said, starting in the middle of the pack is going to make that very difficult. So we just have to keep cool heads from the beginning, not get stressed, not get overexcited, and just stay focused on strategy. And we should be able to be right there on top at the end.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting track, isn't it? I mean, it closed about 30 something years ago, and I know that you had a little bit of a laugh with the password for the event because it's now a mall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, do you remember watching races here, or is it a bit before your time? Because it's not a track that I am particularly familiar with.
No, it's a bit before my time. I mean, it was about the mid '80s or so when it was out of service. They had preserved it just a wee bit before then. I think, if I remember right, I could be off, but I think '88 was the last year. They had some races before that where they cut off a big part of that long straightaway, that turn 8 area where, like I said, the snail shell. It got removed. That's about where the mall is, and then coming back, all this pit road area and everything, that's all cul-de-sacs and homes and everything. So yeah, it's been gone for a while, but it's a wonderful track, beautiful track. It was great for competition. NASCAR ran here. They did a bunch of the sports car stuff here in IMSA, and I believe the World Sports Car Championship visited here a couple times. So drivers loved it. Very quick and flowing. Got hot. It's going to be probably 28 today. I think that's it's not too hot, but definitely warm.
Are we gonna have to be looking after our tires today?
Tires and engine temps.
Yeah.
Drivers have been peeling tape off of that front grille for sure. So it's something that you have to keep an eye on as you come into the pit stops. If with it being warmer too, like you said, with the tires, we're all kind of humming and hawing on whether we want to go for a change or try and save the time on track. It's a tough call, and one of those things that you might look at and say, well, we'll just do an audible and see how it goes.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like that thing, like, do I push my luck, or do I sort of go for I want to finish the race? And we did see a few, I mean, not in the last round, but in the rounds before then, we saw some engines blow. I think we had one, engine maybe go last time out that I might recall, but other than that, I think everybody escaped. But in these temperatures, obviously, that's something that people really need to think about.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be as much to do with just the overall engine life versus, like you're saying, with the temperatures this time. It's it's only 90 minutes, so the shorter end of where we typically are running the races this year, but it's still long enough where you can cook the engine. I mean, if you're missing a lot of shifts, if you're really running it high and running it hot, then yeah, it's going to wear out, especially if you run into walls, get some damage. It's going to take that engine life down quite a bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least one blow up. I mean, it's going to probably be at least
I just
one.
hope it's not you, Ross.
I do too, and thank you for thinking of me. But yeah, it's we've been practicing some full stints, full race distance runs to try and come up with the strategy and where we want to be. So we're feeling fairly confident where we're running right now. Because we're back in traffic, we're going to be saving quite a bit of fuel from the beginning. So I'm not overly worried there, but we'll just kind of see how things play out for
But
this first stint.
you're also at a risk, aren't you, on particularly on lap one with the S section that we've already referred to, that it wouldn't take a lot for you to get caught up in a bit of carnage, would it?
Not at all. And that's the danger of being back here. Unfortunately, we're not a turbo car, so we didn't have that extra boost going through qualifying. So we've got all these under 2 liters in front of us that are going to be kind of problematic at the start.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely not going to be running as fast on their race pace. So we're just going to have to be selective, pick our points of where we're going to try and sneak past, and keep everything as clean as we possibly can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck for today, this evening, this afternoon, wherever everybody is who's watching this broadcast. Best of luck. I can see that we've got just over 10 minutes of the warm up to go. If you were a betting man, who do you think is going to win today?
I think I'd have to split my bet between Beninka and probably Herlock. I know Beninka's got the speed. Herlock kind of has the fuel strategy at the moment. I haven't seen enough of them driving yet to have an idea of which one I'd want to really put my chips behind. But
okay,
I think those two are going to be probably leading the pace and the race throughout this thing.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us as always, Ross. Always good to get your thoughts and for you to pass on your knowledge. Any updates to the cars we need to be aware of?
Not as of yet. Been focused on getting some other things done, some administrative stuff. Work's been unfortunately impeding a lot of my personal time, so I'm a little bit behind where I want to be. But we're still aiming to try and get the 1985 season completed and released into the workshop. There are 3 modern cars that we need to have updated, the Evo versions. So those should be coming out to the 2026 mod here probably within the next week or so. And then from there on, it's just going to be update after update to cars in both this 1981 pack and the modern pack, especially as we get ready for the WSC 2023 pack to be released by the end of the quarter.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. Well, that sounds great. Have a word with work. See if you can get a bit more time to work on these beautiful mods, Ross, because they are absolutely epic. And if you can sort the cameras out, that'll be an extra bonus.
Yeah, I'm getting that a lot, so it's high on the list. I appreciate the feedback. I will do everything within my power to make that happen for you guys.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay then, Ross. Well, you probably need to go and get yourself ready. As I say, we got just over 8 minutes of the warm up to go, and I will somehow keep bumbling my way through this broadcast until James makes a reappearance. So, but go well and good luck.
Thanks so much. Yeah, and thanks to you guys too for everything you're doing. Heads up to our shout out to George Angelides, who couldn't be here adminning for the race today. I know he really missed it, but he's getting a great opportunity with HRC. He's out in California, or
okay,
I can't remember where he is, but he's working with guys on the team officially to help with training new strategists in touring car and Indy cars. So
nice,
really cool to see him getting some great leg ups in the
Indy car has been kicking off this weekend, so I'm hoping to watch that race tomorrow. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you go. Good luck on the broadcast.
I'll let you go, you mean?
Hopefully we'll see you guys at the end.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, fantastic stuff. All right, Ross, good luck. And we'll speak to you at the end. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
And I'm pleased to tell you that the one and only James Parfitt has returned, so you don't have to listen to my voice on its own.
I'm sorry. Bad planning, bad parenting, and I've been running around like an absolute trooper. So I do deeply apologise for my inability to plan my evening of cooking on that one. But I am back as well. Hopefully you had a nice little chat with Ross there, Paul.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we certainly did. I think he's going to find himself in a bit of a tricky situation on the first couple of laps, because I've been watching the cars sort of navigate through the S's here, and it's clear that they're tricky. A lot of running off, and it will only take a car to run wide to start off a little bit of, as I was saying to Ross, a little bit of carnage. So he's back in the field where he doesn't want to be, and he's got slower cars ahead of him because he's in a car that doesn't have a turbo. So it'll be interesting to see how those first few laps go for him, James.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting all in all, to be honest with you, because they are coming out of turn one straight away, which is straight away after the start-finish line, and it's up through the S's, guys. So there's going to be a lot to handle here as well. Mr. Reese, our resident pit lane roving reporter, is in YouTube chat. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming along for this one. But we have got 90 minutes here as well. We have got a couple of pit stops. Don't forget the pit stops do take a long time, so they have to plan them properly. They're going to lose about 6 minutes in the pits. And with about a lap time of around about 139, 140, it's going to be a big loss, Paul. But that will come back to them later on.
Yeah, it will. And like you say, these pit stops aren't like modern era pit stops where we see in modern racing now. So, but yeah, and you've got the likes of the other classes in kind of the one. Well, at the moment they're doing kind of 144s on track and 142. So you got a bit of a difference in speed there. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this unfolds. It's not a track I'm particularly. I would say to Ross, it's not a track I'm particularly familiar with, of course, because it's not been around for 30 odd years. So, but it basically looks like it's in the desert. So there'll be quite a bit of dust being kicked up this evening, I believe.
Yeah, 1989 seems to be the final year of it. It was tried again in 2009. They did have plans for a new course. Unfortunately, due to financial reasons, it just didn't really take shape. And again, if you're not familiar with it, you're in with us up in the booth as well. I'd never heard of it before. Yeah, we'll bring you up at the grid, ladies and gentlemen, as well. So here this evening, this will be the grid for this race. Ollie Day has taken pole position with Robert Molin in second. The two Mustangs out in front. And we got the Ferrari of Eduardo Benica and Bradley Sellers, another Mustang. Seems to be good for Mustangs here. Nick Kirsten in the Ferrari, then Alessandro Smeraldi also in a Ferrari, then Dan Herlock in the BMW, first one with Magnus Dahlgren rounding out the top 8. Moving on for Jerry Chen in that Porsche, Steve Carman in 10th place, and we've got Ethan Funk in 11th in the Lancia with Timon Suvic down there in the Ferrari. Moving on, we've got Mike Bell and Benjamin Letelek in the BMW respectively. Then Matt Wright in the Lancia, then Alan Smith leading out the bottom end in 16th. Johnny Yan in 17th, and JT Tammy in the Lancia Beta. Ross Smith down in the BMW with Tony McCaughlin on the row number 10. Moving on from that is Ryan Paulbert Reyes in Porsche, Gilles Lalonde in 22nd, Becky Ely Clark, and then Carl Struhel in 24th place, the first of the U2LMs. Then we got Daryl Kruger and Vinicius Concalves rounding out 25 and 26. John Mayer in 27th. Matthew Overton, Dark Thunder in 28th place. Christian Dalga in 29th. Then Maximilian Petrovsky rounds out the 30-strong field here as well. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing how these guys get on. They are just entering onto the grid. Good evening, Kim. How are you? I hope you are well. Go Ollie Day. So we'll find out how Ollie Day gets on here as well. But we have got this parade lap. Good day for the Mustangs, taking 4 of the top 3 of the top 4 right places, Paul.
Yeah, not a bad showing, and but as we know, qualifying pace is not quite the same as race pace, and a lot of it will come down to fuel saving, as always in these beasts. And I think that's something that particularly Dan Herlock, I think Ross was saying, is pretty strong at. So he's currently P7, but as we know, you can't count him out.
No, absolutely not. Definitely. We'll find out how these guys get on. Ollie Day, Robert Molin, Eduardo Benica, Bradley Sellers is your top 4. Then you've got Nick Kirstens, Alessandro Smeraldi, Dan Herlock and Magnus Dahlgren, the CSP GR5, 2 litres, top 8 lockout. Then we go into the AMs after that of Jerry Chen and Steve Carman. Let's see how this one plays out. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get a drink, get a popcorn. If you can, sit back and relax and enjoy this race, because we've got 90 minutes of epic racing coming up, I'm sure. We'll find out how these ones get on. Paul, who's your favourite?
I'm going to go Herlock.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Down in 7th place, okay. Well,
yeah.
Let's see.
I think he's got a good. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to sort out why the overlay's showing too many cars. So
No worries, I'll carry on chin wagging there as well. If anybody wants to put anything in chat to help me along my way of talking to myself for a brief moment, that would be absolutely amazing. But the pace car is out on the race circuit as well. We'll find out how these guys are going to get on, whether or not it's going to be a race or is it going to be a bit of a dumb squid with everybody having issues. We're going to find out. Let's see if Ryan Paulbert Reyes can get to the end here without blowing up his engine. The pace car is in, they're on their run, round turn number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, we've already gone green. It is a green for this race. They're three wide. Yeah, carnage at the back there as well. People going off onto the gravel. He's coming back on track. Oh my God. Wow. That already kicked off there as well. There was a car flying back on track and we didn't even make it. There's other cars off on the side there. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here, but there is a lot of people off the track, Paul Glover.
yeah, I did say, didn't I, that Ollie Day's fallen back to P2 at the moment, so probably Molin's now in the lead. But I did say the S's were going to be a little bit of a challenge on the first couple of laps. I didn't expect it to kick off immediately though.
Yeah, we didn't even get round the first part of the kicking before we first saw the couple of drivers go flying off into the gravel there, or into the sand, or whatever you want to call it. But it did not go well for some of these drivers. Rob Molin out in front, Kirsten second, Day in third, Spirelli in fourth. Then you've got Dan Herlock, Dahlgren, Sellers and Mike Bell with Timon Suvic there as well. On board with Benjamin Letalik in that BMW 320 here, sitting down in 11th place at this moment in time, and it's all gone a little bit wrong for some of these drivers. I'm sure we'll have a look back as much as we can a little bit later on. There is a move going on behind there as well. Was it Jerry Chen who went onto the gravel? He's making that move past Benjamin Letalik, got the job done. Well, maybe, yeah, it might have been Eduardo Benica actually. Also looked like he had some problems here. I do love this back corner though for turn number 9. It does look absolutely amazing. But it has caused a lot of chaos over lap 1 going up through the S's already.
Yeah, I'm a big fan when they can carry as much speed as possible. Yeah, I think we need more bank corners in racing. But yeah, as you say, a little bit of carnage. I'm going to try and bring us in a bit what happened at the start there.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have a look back as soon as we can here. You can see the classes on your left-hand side. GR5s, Molin out in front with Kirsten, not too far behind him. Day alongside back there as well. Then we've got Chen, Reyes, they're close together. Letalik in front, they're close together. Stroll out in front by 2.4 seconds in the arms at the bottom there. He's the only man who's got some space, but we're on board with Kirsten. Currently in that Ferrari, he is sitting at the moment in second place. Tucked up behind Molin, 0.2 back from him at the moment. Through the right-hander they go, and it's going to be very interesting to see what goes on in the next hour and 27 minutes. There's cars all the way around the racetrack. You can see them rushing through in the background here. But Nick Kirsten has got the lead over Molin. Molin's gone down into third place. Day's there as well, gone back up into second. He's setting after Nicholas Kirsten's now as well. This could be a big old fight going on at the front, and there was almost a move at the same time there was from Spirelli.
Yeah, he's falling back, and I think Herlock's now having a look. Is that Herlock?
Yeah, on the
inside.
inside.
It is, yeah. He's already having to P4. You were mocking me.
No, I didn't mock you. I just thought you might have been a little bit out of left field. But
No, not at all. Why would I do that? Oh, there's a contact behind.
Oh, he's off. He's off into the underworld.
So that's Magnus Dahlgren making contact there. Now he's round.
Yeah, I think that might have been Robert Molin going off from the underworld there as well. He's gone for an addition in Stranger Things, taking part in the upside down there, Paul. He didn't. He went off directly left.
Yeah, well, there was contact between the two of them. I don't really know who was at fault, but yeah, there's been a lot of activity so far. Some of it not good for some of the drivers.
No, definitely not. Robert Molin all the way down now in 10th place, moving up back into Holiday. He's chasing over Spirelli, who seems to be making moves in that Ferrari. The Mustangs did not last long at the front. Is now a Ferrari 1-2, Mustang third, BMW got a fourth, and then a Mustang in 5th place. So the Mustangs all had great quality pace, but they didn't go and do well at race pace currently. So we'll find out what is seen it, how this is developing. It's going to be very, very interesting as we're on board with Day. Got Herlock literally about 8 seconds behind him at the moment. Day, don't forget, in that Mustang, Herlock in that BMW M1, that absolute monster of a car on the racetrack currently, and looking like it's starting to settle down a little bit between the top 6 up front.
Yeah, Kirsten has opened up about a 1 second gap onto Maroldi. You can see there's a Day and Herlock are relatively close out on track, around about half a second. I can see further back Magnus Dahlgren and Mike Bell also around about 4 tenths at the moment. Here we go, side by side.
Yeah, Magnus Dahlgren there is having a go. I believe that's Ryan Paul-Reyes in that Porsche there. Cam Paul-Reyes getting to the end without his engine going kaput. We're going to have a look back here. I believe this will be the beginning of the race. Some drama kicking off straight away. You can see Kirsten's, yeah. Kirsten's there, he got blocked straight away, and then unfortunately there's somebody running wide. Then they're going to go end up, there's contact there I believe as well, and up they go, coming straight across the track. Whoa, absolutely missile. How did he miss that one? Very, very close indeed there. Unfortunately for some of these drivers, it's going to be one of them races that you just happen to have, but Kirsten's out in front by half a second. There's a 3 second gap back today, then Herlock's in behind him, Reyes runs wide, that allows Magnus Dahlgren to move himself up into 8th place at the moment. Moline now are still in 10th there, with Bell in 11th. It's going to be very interesting, I think, on this one, because although 90 minutes isn't very long, Paul Reyes is on the ground. Oh, he's back on now, but he was just there. 90 minutes ain't very long, Paul, so they kind of got to get a little bit of a wriggle on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to look at through replay stuff. It's really hard trying to commentate on the podcast at the same time, which I can appreciate. I'm just trying to give us some content and stuff to review at the moment. But yeah, it's not really a long race, is it? 90 minutes. So yeah, as you say, they need to get a bit of a wiggle on.
Yeah, we'll find out how these guys get on here. But let's take note of what's going to happen so far here with Magnus Dahlgren and Timon Suvik. Another replay coming up as well. Just probably more back from the start, to be honest with you. You can see there, 3 wide almost. I believe there's the time in that fight, I think it was, because he did end up going on. There's a little bump on the car on the left-hand side. He's coming back on there as well. Green flags waving, and everything just seems to be a little bit tight up through that S's section. I'm sure George would have mentioned that in the briefing, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out for some of them drivers. But Magnus Dahlgren with Suvik now a second back at the moment here. Battles further on throughout the field as well. There's lots of action taking place. U2Ls, Litalic and Funk are not far apart. Dahlgren and Overton now as well. Matty Overton moving up through the field. Don't forget he's at first place in the U2L AMS here. And another one straight into the back. There was no break in there. But unfortunately it was straight into the back end. And then it's just basically, you can see there. I don't know if I really would have been involved in this start. I've got to be honest, it was a little bit manic there, Paul, straight at the beginning.
Yeah, so the car, which I think the Sellers came back on track, and the other car then had to check up, and I think that was Tony McCoffin that went into the back of the car that did slow down. So yeah, just a bit of a concertina effect. Dan Herlock up into P3.
You heard Paul say that was smart. We'll see if Herlock can make his work. It's 4.5 back from Kirsten's there as Kirsten's just going through at the bottom of the screen. Then Smiraldi's back in the lead, with Kirsten's tucked in right behind him and Herlock in third place. Reyes leading the GR5 and 2Ls, and then the U2Ls there on Italic, and then Dahlgren battling away with Cole Struhel, who's got Manny Overton not too far between them as well. So the U2L AMS are having a right little bit of a ding-dong further back there, as in front is got JC Tammy alongside each other. Both of these guys in the same team, of course. How do you play this if you're a teammate with each other there, Paul? What do you
Well,
think?
you think you'd hope you would have discussed it beforehand. If one of you's faster, the other one's got to admit the other one's faster, let them pass. Surely.
Okay. Well, yeah, surely.
Because I'm, you know, like if I had a teammate, and I mean, I'm just saying from my perspective, if I have a teammate that's faster than me and they're behind me, for whatever reason, there was carnage at the start of the race, and they're on me, I'd rather let them pass than me be able to focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think you might be right, to be honest. Have a look back here as well. There's been a lot of carnage over this front part of the race. It's Dahlgren up the inside. There's the contact. Molin goes flying off. Stays out the wall though. Stays out the wall. There is a lot of runoff here at Riverside, and Robert Molin did manage to avoid it all, but he's managed to battle his way back and get himself into 7th after being all the way down in 11th at one. So great recovery from Robert Molin on board with a buck currently, and he's got JT Tummy in behind him. So we'll find out what's going to happen with these guys. But Alan Smith, he's got Ben Borman chasing him down as well. Borman's going to tuck up and get that run there in that Lotus Esprit. We know how bad the engine is in the Lotus. Ben has told us himself it shouldn't be lasting as long as some of these races. I believe there was a big old update and they were tuning the life out of them and try and make sure that they can actually get to the end here, because I'll tell you what, right, Paul Reyes, he's had a rough start to this season, unfortunately. But Ben Borman in that Lotus Esprit doing a great job chasing down Smith at the moment. We'll find out how he gets on. That's Alan Smith, not Ross Smith. Let's make it clear. Bonica battling away with Herlock, tucked in right behind at the moment. 3rd and 4th overall. There is not a lot of room here. But once again, Ferrari versus BMW. A BMW is a bit of a beast. Paul, it'd be interesting to see if the Ferrari can keep up.
Yeah, Ross was. Oh, I've just seen Magnus Dahlgren had a big off. I'll give that to you in a moment. That's what we've done. As we're watching. Oh, do you know? Did he take any of the track there, Bonica? While you were sorting out your dinner situation, I was talking to Ross about this because I was watching during practice. They do get a little bit greedy with some of the corners there. As long as they keep one wheel on the tarmac, it should be okay. But it wouldn't surprise me as we get to the latter stages to see a few penalties arising. But if you stay on the curb like that, like Dan Herlock just did, should be okay. Anything wider than that, I think you'll be in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to be a little bit careful, as always here. Track limits is a thing, and these guys do not want to go and hit them. That would be disastrous. There's Magnus Dahlgren. Oh, up through the S's, big spin in the wall. Nope, in the wall. Is he going to hit it? Slowed it right down.
Can't see it.
No, can't see it. People will take a picture. So there we go. But Magnus Dahlgren has gone and hit the wall, ladies and gentlemen. So unfortunately for him, he has got a bit of an issue with that one. Let's see whether or not the damage does take effect. But Metallic and Funk battling down in GR5s, and they're not very far apart. Dalga, Strawhall still fighting it out in the U2Ls, AMS. We go to another replay. There was
Poor Bradley Sellers, James, just gets tagged and then gets into the barrier. Look at that. That's a big impact. That's taking his front splitter off and his rear spoiler. So he will need to pit after that one. That's twice he's been taken out this race already.
Not good.
He's in the pits, so yeah, he's getting repaired now. I can see that Becky Edie Clark also has been into the pits. So has Alan Smith already today as well. So don't know what for, mind.
I'm wondering if it's because obviously there's been a lot of sort of tagging and a lot of people running wide and going off as well. And that's the thing, isn't it? They've just got to be careful. And JT Tammy at the moment has got to be careful as well, because they've got the Lotus Esprit of Ely Clark tucked in right behind. He's going to come underneath on the
inside line. Look at that.
Yeah, through
that's a lovely looking car though, isn't it, Becky? That livery, I really like that.
Yeah, it looks really nice, to be fair.
Yeah. Proper 80s that, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the Martini livery in behind them, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, that's what's so nice, but you see that a lot, that Martini livery, no offence.
Well,
Like it's been replicated to death a little bit. It's a nice livery, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to see something a little bit different in Becky's.
Yeah, very throwbackish.
Yeah. God, that's close.
Sums up right behind at the moment is Tammy. We'll find out what Tammy's got as they go in from turn number 6 on the run down into turn number 7. Here, from the left hander they go over the hill. It does look like it's got a lot of undulation up and down on this circuit. From the right hander, from the left hander they go. Now it's a run down into turn number 8, and it's a long run into turn number 9. There is a lot of undulation on this track, Paul.
Yeah, there is, and I think there's a certain part before right hander where they go up, come up a hill and the cars are lifting into the air, and I'm just realising that the game is telling me that cars are going into the pits when they're not going into the pits, so this is fun, or they're leaving the pits when they're not leaving the pits. So scrap what I said about Becky and Alan Smith, because I just checked out Ross Smith and he said that he had just left the pits, but he was on a straight bit of track, so yeah, nowhere near the pits.
I love it.
Gotta love our Factor 2 at times.
Absolutely. Through turn 9 they go, long sweeping right hander. Ethan Clark opening up the gap over JT Tammy, and is now chasing down here Ethan Funk. They're having a nice little battle a little bit further up with Benjamin Metallic. There once again, 2.6 seconds here. This could be very, very interesting indeed. Let's go on to this replay.
This is Darryl Kruger, James. This is the jump I'm talking about. You can see there's going to be a lift, and then, but a lot of people are struggling in this right-hander, as we see here.
Oh, he's going to snap back. He's going to snap back. Oh, and he gets hit as well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of drivers run, slide like towards the barrier on the outside of the track rather than do that so far. As you can see, another car there also had a bit of a moment at this turn. So yeah, causing drivers a little bit of a challenge. I think they're carrying quite a bit of speed as they come up to the right-hander.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see who gets to the end and who doesn't on this one. Big old jumps there in that Lancia Beta. Let's see what goes on.
Got a gaggle here.
Yeah, Ross Smith, Steve Carman, they're all fighting out. Petrafsky's in that group. And you can see in the background there, they are all swapping for places currently at the moment. I believe that's Petrafsky and Carman. Petrafsky has just cleared Carman. And further up in front of Smith at this moment in time is Lalonde, Bouyan and Bell. So battling away there once again. Paul, if I gave you unlimited funds, so Smith's going to try and dive underneath, is he? At this moment in time, is he going to dive underneath for Gilles Lalonde? He's going to try and get the exit. Lalonde's at the wall. Coming out of the corner, Lalonde just went and hit the wall. And Smith didn't get past there, unfortunately, but Lalonde went and attacked the wall.
Yeah, no answer, has he? I think that what Ross was talking at the start is the fact he doesn't have a turbo in his BMW. Yeah, it showed. Even with hitting the wall there, wasn't able to make the move. But he's got Traffic right behind him as well now. So yeah, bit of a Ross Smith sandwich. Wouldn't mind one of those, would you?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if I'd like a Ross Smith sandwich, to be honest with you. I've seen what he looks like. I mean, I'm probably the last person I'd want to stick between two pieces of bread. No offence, Ross, if you watch this back.
We have a first DNF, James, Bradley Sellers.
Yeah, I think he's had a bit of a rough one, isn't he, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was very surprised he lasted this long, to be honest with you.
Poor guy got beaten up, didn't he?
He did, unfortunately. It was like the kid in the playground who just got beaten up by the bully.
Yes.
Bradley Sellers going in, no trainers and no lunch. Traffic in that Porsche 935 trying to get over on Smith in the BMW.
Look at that, easy, isn't it?
Oh, dude, it's so. The thing is, it's quite hard to watch, isn't it? When a Porsche that generally has no top end just goes and roars past the BMW M1 and Smith getting it sideways.
Yeah, I mean, it did seem quite a bit of an overdrive there. Maybe Ross lifted off. You just don't know. Maybe Ross is playing the long game, because he was talking to me earlier on about staying behind cars their aero, so he could fuel save. So maybe that's what Ross is doing here. Maybe he's trying to come good in the latter stages of the race.
Maybe his plan. Rolling back through. He's got Magnus Dahlgren for company. Dahlgren in that Ferrari. Another man in the retro livery. That's got absolutely awesome on Dahlgren's Ferrari, I've got to be honest. Up over the jump they go. It's through the right hander here. Seeing how they get on. This does look a very, very tricky corner. I've got to be honest, that uphill jump is going to definitely cause some problems through the right hander, if not.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, they are, a lot of them are running wide, and I think it's because it unsettles the car a little bit. It is a bumpy track, but it's kind of, it's one of those corners where I don't think you need to be pushing your luck. You need to make it round, because if you don't, well, barriers. It's not one of those ones not to run on.
Absolutely. Right, here we go.
Ecky's catching Benjamin Letalic. Just wanted to bring that to your attention.
With 8 seconds back now, Ian Clark's got over on Funk there. So she passed Funk. He's now going after Metallic. Can Clark take the victory here in the U2L GR5? Find out. Not sure in about how many minutes. We're still getting a little bit more spread out than it would like. Jill Along is still in a little bit of a battle with Mike Bell, Petrafsky, Smith. Carmen's dropping back just a little bit, but Metallic has got to get a little bit of a wriggle on, open up the gap to about 2 seconds here. You see Clark 2.2 back on that one.
I'm going to show you a replay of Eduardo Benica. A lot of cars are doing this at the moment, so just not managing to stay on track, but they're just sort of keeping the foot in and driving back on. So yeah, I saw Ryan Paul Reyes do that the lap before as well. So again, I don't know how the game's treating that, whether it's going to be giving them an off track because they're potentially not lifted. It's hard to be sure.
Yeah, the thing is as well, it doesn't look like it's got a lot of depth to it, does it? So it doesn't look like it's actually slowing them down either. They're putting the foot down, and that's about it. But we'll go back to our pictures very, very shortly, I'm sure, and then we can have a look at what's happening here as well. There seems to be a little bit of a gone off right in front of us there on the screen. Gilles Lalonde, Mike Bell's gone through. Does look like he's going to lose another position.
That's what I'm getting, will he? That'll just be Ross's luck.
Yeah, Ross trying to make a move. He's just not going to be able to get there, I don't think, before we get into the left-hander. Nope. Watching Smith got to sit there and wait through turn 9 again and long. Back to right-hander here. Can Smith dive underneath him at the moment? Seems to be there or thereabouts, Smith, but seems to be a little bit struggling with the old power of that car. He's got Lalonde in front of him. He's got Petrafsky up the road there, and Steve Carman tucks in right behind him. So a nice little battle developing here in the GR5 and that's the 2 Ls. And we'll find out how these guys are going to get on very, very shortly with Petrafsky and Carman fighting off there.
After a strong start, Kirsten's had it off. Very lucky.
A little bit of dabbing on the grass, I suppose that would be. I'm pretty sure how to interpret, say, that on the left hand side. It doesn't look like dry gravel. It doesn't look like it's just unwatered rock for Kirsten, unfortunately. Kirsten's still in third place though, with Herlock in fourth, Dave fifth, Molins sixth. If we're settling into that F1 stage of the race, Paul, where they're all just sitting behind each other, saving fuel.
Yeah, there's the gaps have definitely opened up. See, though Becky Ely Clark is catching. Oh, she's got past him. So is he? What's happened to Letalic? Oh, he's off. Oh. So he's had a. Yeah.
Proper moment.
Yeah, proper. So we'll. I'll bring that to you now, I think.
Look here. This is Metallic.
Just saw Becky as I was looking jump into P1. Class. Oh, the same corner.
Yeah. It's already unsettled by the looks of it. Sure, he's gonna, like something went wrong. He didn't even make it.
Yeah.
But weird one from Alex. Didn't even make the corner, didn't even try the rotating. Now going in, I believe that's him going in pit lane now.
Yes.
I think so after all of that. He's got an hit barrier, full straight on the nose of that car. Which is obviously... What?
So when Letalic had a moment, JT Tammy and Ethan Funk had a bit of a coming together.
Oh no, teammates.
Yeah. Not a major one, but JT ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Tammy and Funk, they're doing the same thing, mind you, at the corner and then going and hitting each other. So it's like synchronised contact there for the boys.
Letalic with a DNF.
Yeah, he's gone out straight away. He didn't just go and absolutely annihilate the ball there. I'm not really surprised. Mike Bell's got the long tucked in behind him, along in with that Mustang. Bell in the BMW. Is he going to be able to roar past him here? We're going to see these guys straight down to the end. And it is Lalonde that just powers through. Into the left-hander they go. And Lalonde gets through on Bell. Bell now sitting there at the moment. He's got company with the traffic underneath him in through turn number 9. They go round the banking. Here, Bell trying to go underneath. Is he going to make it through? Lalonde on the outside. The Mustang should just roar away down the straight, and it does. It's got the horses, and the Mustang is gone. But is he going to struggle with this Porsche behind, who, as we know, very good on top end generally, and that doesn't make it through for Porsche over Mike Bell. So unfortunately for Bell there, lost that place, but quite easy for Lalonde.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And you know, but Bell also in the BMW just like was a bit behind, so maybe that is the reason why.
Yeah,
Conscious we've not seen any of this class at all yet. The 2L SP GR5 AMs.
Yeah.
Or U2L SP GR5 AMs. Sorry. Yes. Easy for me to say.
Yeah, that's why I said to George after the first race, we're going to have really fast, not so fast and slow. That makes the classes so much easier.
It does, yes.
It does. Something must have happened at the bottom there, I've got to be honest, right, because Overton is not far away. Christian Dowd is now DNF'd as well.
Yeah, I just noticed that, yeah. So he had an off-track, so Overton also had a moment by the looks of it, so they might have had a coming together.
Yeah, Dowd or Overton looked like they may have had a bit of a tat-tat-tat. Because they were very, very close to the leader of that class there. I'm surprised they are all of a sudden so far away.
This is Overton we're looking at.
Yeah, there he goes, unfortunately.
Oh, that's not right. No.
Sensible there from Andy Overton. Good job.
Oh, look, I thought I saw a car with smoke. This is Dalga.
Lewis Esprit.
He's blowing his engine. That's what's happened.
John Mayer, Esprit. Ben Borman, Esprit. Overton, Esprit. Clark, Esprit. One's gone already. How much longer is the other guys going to go for?
Well, other guys and lady.
Oh, and lady, yeah, sorry, apologies. You had a play there, didn't you? A little bit of PC in me already there, Paul.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got to keep you straight and narrow. Yeah. Magnus is having a bit of an eventful race, isn't he?
He's a little bit. He's got Molan again alongside. I mean, he's going to come contact and send Molan off into the underworld, to be honest with me. Because these guys are fighting it out down that long back straight. It's going to be a kick to the left, then the banking of turn number 9. And at the moment, Stroll's in pit lane. Carl Stroll's gone into pit lane. Douglas is still managing to hold on there.
Chen's in there as well, by looks of things. Just a shout out to Becky Ely Clark with a lovely little 7-second gap now in the lead of the UTL SP GR5s.
That's mouthful.
Yeah. I might just call them GR5s.
In a not so fast clap.
It's called the GR5, they call the other one GR5 AM. I think that's what we're doing.
Okay, a little bit We've got the GR5.
Oh, you got the two. Oh, they got all GR5. Okay, Group 5, all Group 5s. Okay. Well, but that doesn't help anybody, does it?
No, not at all. Reyes is in pit lane as well, so he's dived in. That should give John Rian the lead of that class as we start to see pit lane. Pit stops after about 30 minutes here for some of these guys. Big flame problem at the moment. It's Ford Mustang. Absolutely amazing. I feel like getting marshmallows out at that point.
I haven't done marshmallows in a very long time.
No. To be honest, I can't actually.
It's a bit of a gaggle of cars here.
Yeah. Just fun. Tammy. That's Ben Borman in there.
It is.
It is. And Ben in that Lotus, obviously got to be very, very careful with the Lotus. We've only seen one go bang. So unfortunately, let's see what happens here.
Well, we talked about this. I talked about this with Ross because it's quite warm here for the event. But he said, 90-minute race. There shouldn't be any problems with engines going. But I said, well, we did have one go last round. I can't remember who it was, James. Who saw? Yeah, I think you might be right. Now that you said that. So. Yeah, and it's also about how you drive the car and how you set it up, and we're talking about removing the tape from the radiator to let more air in. So yeah, now that that's quite early for one to go within half an hour of us starting.
But there was a lot of race number 1 as well. There was a lot going there, so I don't really know. Maybe these are older 81 cars are just a little bit more not engine efficient.
Yeah, maybe, and also I'd imagine, how you change. Oh, blimey! Sammy looks like I thought he was going to go into the back of Funk again. I think also something might be how you're changing gears as well.
Yeah, maybe if you're redlining the car on the gear change, that's going to cause you a problem. We've got loads of cars in pit lane: Dahlgren, Molin, Petrovsky, Carmen, Reyes. All in pit lane at this moment in time. We've got Smith in there at the same time, but I believe that is Alan Smith. Ross Smith is in. Ross is a little bit further up in that middle class, of course, the AMs. But Funk, Tammy and Borman battling away there as well. Robert Kirsten, he goes into pit lane. And Herlock goes into pit lane as well. Maybe it is half an hour limit.
Maybe. Yeah, and then you've got the whole double hitbox thing, and that could potentially cause a problem if you've got a car like we saw in the last one. Oh,
he can't get that pit to work. He's got to wait. I don't think he can get that pit to work that far out the pit box.
So the other driver should be a little bit more over, is that what we're saying?
I'm guessing he needs to be over that line a little bit further to the right. I believe that's Carmen. Carmen, I think, is too far to the right.
Yeah, it is. It's Carmen. Yeah.
Yeah, too far to the right hand side.
That's hurting Herlock hugely.
He's not even pitted. He's not even got the timer running yet.
Oh my.
I think that is what the problem is. I think that car there is too far to the left, and unfortunately, Herlock cannot get that car into the pit box. Unfortunately, Herlock is I'm not sure where he's going to come out, but at the moment, he's dropping down the order currently.
There goes my prediction.
Well, not yet. He's got another pit stop to go. They've got another 3 minutes to sit there.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it is a long pit stop.
Yeah, we found out a bit in the last race as well, where we were kind of surprised that Carjan Larty, I believe it was, but all of a sudden managed to be so far down the order there, and that caused all sorts of drama. Herlock still can't get into the pit box. Carmen is still sat there in front of him at this moment in time. I don't know if Carmen's even got a pit box running because they haven't got no time moving for him on the left-hand side. Oh, there he goes. How far has Herlock got to go now? There we go. Yep, couldn't get it
so
running.
He's basically had to do it. He's doing a double pit stop now, isn't he? If you think about it.
Yeah, they basically just double stacked each other, haven't they?
Yeah. So yeah. What I mean is that he's losing, rather than losing 3 minutes, he's losing 6.
Yep. They are in that took shape, but I think because he wasn't in there.
And then the Lotus behind there, which I think is Ben Borman. Look at the angle he's in. The pit box. It is Ben Borman.
Maybe he hasn't got a share though. That could be the problem.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, the problem is this double sharing is caused the problem.
Yes.
These pit stops take forever, says Kurt in the YouTube chat. I think you're right. They do take forever in general.
Who's leading?
3 minutes. Smith there, currently sitting at the top of the standing.
Go on, Ross.
I feel like I need to double check that. Have you got that right?
Yeah, no, he is. He's leading. He is overall leader at the moment. Like, it's on.
He hasn't pitted though, has he yet?
No, exactly, which is probably why, but we'll take it. I'm taking it.
Gosh, big up Ross Smith there for leading the race at the moment here. He has not pitted yet though, guys, so be aware on that one. But he is getting motoring along in that BMW with a Tic Tac Motorsport livery machine. They do look cool there, lovely little Tic Tacs.
Yeah, they do look good. Yeah.
This is going to be so jumbled up after these pit stops because we've got Reyes, Chen and Petrovsky laps down already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is going to be jiggled up all over the place.
Like the song from Louis Theroux, isn't it? Jiggle Jiggle. Have you seen that?
I don't know. Why don't you sing it, Paul? I don't really know that one.
No, no. It's like I don't know the lyrics. I just know that bit. Jiggle Jiggle. Something about money or something like that. It's when he did a documentary about rapping or rap stars, I think it was at the time. Yeah. So
right.
Anyway, go Ross. And I think this is one of the advantages of him not having a turbo. Whilst he doesn't have the overall pace, he can gain because he can run longer.
Yeah, I think he's, as it says in YouTube chat there, Ross putting tons of fuel saving to lead overall. Lol. I think you are right. I think he has, but there's still. For me, I think one of the things, this is the painful part of this, is although the pit stops take so long, but they do literally jiggle the fielder all over the place. People are literally everywhere by the time they come out. We've got Ely Clark was in ninth place at the moment. Dalton's sitting in 8th. Bell is in 11th. Molin's down in 12th. Paul Reyes, who was up near the top of one point, is down in 13th. So they do have a good old mix-up of where it puts people, but they just do take, unfortunately, a very, very long time.
Subic.
Subic, same corner. One wide, winner up. Subic again, number one in a retro, looks like an 80s disco light.
Does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like the neon signs you have on the side of a disco.
Yes, I remember them. That's because I'm old. I don't know if they've still got them, Paul. I haven't been to a disco, as you put it, for ages.
I don't think discos really technically exist anymore. I don't think anybody calls it a disco anymore. You know, bars, clubs, no. Maybe a dance hall. Anyway,
some people here.
I'm about the same age as you. But I'm going to a drum and bass festival in the summer.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the day in London. Be good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ross now peels it into pit lane. Let's see where he comes
Go on,
out.
Ross. Let's see where he. Yeah.
Overall on that one.
Pick up some rally then, because he'll take the lead of the race again. That behind a back marker.
Yeah, that is at the moment. Yeah, as well. So, we can't lead him, but only by 6/10 at the moment with Funky behind him.
Yeah, so, oh yeah, that is close. With a car in between them as well, which is Subic by the looks of it. Yeah, I was about to say, what was I going to say? It shook it all up totally. What I mean by that is there's not a lot of battle. We tend to find this after around the pit stops. There are close battles, but because pit stops are quite hard to get right, and people probably don't practice them as much as they should, it can really undo your race.
Absolutely. Oh, Becky Clark's in the wall!
Oh no!
In the wall!
Oh, what happened there?
There a love tap from behind? The centre on there.
Maybe love tap. No, she did that all by herself.
Paul Glover having a little bit of a sing-song.
Well, they normally can't hear me, I forget.
You did forget on the last one as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Well, this is what you get for asking me to commentate.
Unfortunately. Oh, no, it is all on her own. Slides, bang, split up in the wall, leave it there.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of damage there, unfortunately. Let's see how she fares. But
He's gone off again. Not faring too well. It's Ben Baldwin coming up right behind her.
It's corner 9, turn 9 again. Even before the turn, she couldn't get the car to get over, and that might be down to the damage. She comes over the little hill that you mentioned it. And she just can't appear to get the car over.
Can't rotate it too much air underneath.
Oh!
Wow!
Wow! Not seen that yet. We have now.
Flyer. Literally a flyer there.
Turning it into an airplane.
Yeah, it's good. Don't forget the air is going to kind of... Yeah, we do, but don't forget the air is getting underneath that car. So there's nothing trying to control that front end.
We've had another car with problems, James. So Kruger in his Porker.
Oh! Flaming!
Yeah, flame grilled.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Darryl Kruger's Porsche has just gone puff. Get out of the car, mate. The flames are in the back seat. Quick!
Where are the marshals when you need them?
Absolutely, but that Porsche has just gone absolutely puff. Go YouTube chat. Nice jump. It was in the class with her. She went up quite well.
Yeah, if you had a scoreboard, what would you give it?
I don't know. 8.5? I suppose. Ross Smith finds himself in 4th overall.
That's good. Look at that. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Told you, didn't I? Because he hasn't got the outright pace. He has to have a strategy that works for him. That is brilliantly well done, Ross. Keep it up.
Absolutely. Concavez there in Smith's teammate. He's got Petrovsky and Uyan. They're very, very, very close together at this moment in time. Are we going to see more go here? We're going to get the
I get run over by the cars there.
Yeah.
Cameraman.
Time Street's going to get a bit of a kick on the left-hand side because we've still got Smith in the pits for over a minute. There we go.
I want to know if there's a way I can get it to auto-refresh every so often because that's so annoying.
I agree with you. It is.
Yeah.
It's one of the things we've had to deal with for the last.
Well, I'm hoping, James, once I finish with the app that I've been doing for LMU, that I can do the same and do the overlay stuff for R-Patch 2 and get rid of that. Yeah, it's going to be a little while yet before I get to it, but that's my plan.
You ain't got kids and you ain't got a wife, so crack on, you've got loads of time.
I've been burning my evenings building my other one, so then fixing bugs and, yeah.
Late nights for you, Paul Glover.
Yeah, they have, and at my age, that's not good. So, yeah, and I spend most of my weekends working on it as well. People don't appreciate, I've got a new appreciation for development work. So when people complain about a bug coming in a game and kicking off Reddit and social media and everything else, like I've got a new appreciation for the amount of effort and work that goes in to make, and I'm just making, a broadcast tool. I'm not feeding physics and things like that. So, and the great stuff that Ross and the team are doing with these mods, like hats off to them. The amount of time and effort that's going into these things is incredible.
Yeah, the traffic just roared past Concavez there.
Well, we expected that though, didn't we?
Yeah, the Porsche's good on top end here in this series.
Oh, we got. Oh yeah, so Alan Smith was DNF'd.
Why?
That's a very good question. I think his engine might have gone. I'm not entirely sure, James.
We'll have a look back and find out why Smith has DNF'd. Edie Clark, 1 lap down after having to go back into pit lane again to get that repaired. The splitter done on that one. As these guys continue to fight it out here once more. So let's see how they get on. And let's see what happens here towards the end of this round.
I'm going to show you what happened to Alan Smith. Bit of a long replay, so I'm going to try and work out what happened. Oh, there is smoke. Yes. Yeah, it has. Okay. I didn't see that when I was rewinding it. So another one. That's 3 down.
Smith, at least he ain't on fire though, because it wasn't as spectacular as Kruger, was it?
No. Do better next time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, I'm saying if you're going to do it, do a proper job.
Yeah. So when I found him, he was behind the barrier, so he comes off here and parks it out of the way. So
yeah, dropping oil all over the racetrack there when you could have gone out from the left-hand side. Never mind. Argue about that.
He's trying.
But if you're going to do it properly, just do Bayer style, or Kruger style, set your car on fire, make it a complete write-off. There goes Kruger, Smith, sorry, in that BMW 320. Not very spectacular, but potted. That's about it.
Do better next time.
Yeah, Carl Shaw, Overton leading the class there. Matty Overton back in the lead of the really slow at the bottom there.
Really slow. You know, if George watches his back, he's going to have a word with you, right?
I know, but I can't say U2L SPG are 5 amps. It's bonkers. They need to come and give him something else. I like really fast, not so fast and slow. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that. If George's going to go, then me and George, that's it. I'll take it outside with George and see. That's it, the end. Johnny sitting in behind Kagama is trying to go up the inside at the moment. Well, Kagama's got that wrong. And
I wondered that strategic though. Like, just let him go because he's doing probably what Ross is doing.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I'm trying to be nice.
I think they kind of need to eliminate that second stop, but I'm a little bit worried if they can only go half an hour. How are they going to manage 60 seconds, 60 minutes? They ain't going to save half an hour's worth of fuel.
No, but...
Are they trying to shorten the last stop?
Ross has got Oliver Day 24 seconds behind. Oh, where did Where is Hurlock? He's down in P23 after that. So overall 10th, 23rd, but 10th in class after that pit stop. Shenanigans. Shenanigans is a good word, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good word there as well.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Use that more, I think.
Okay, we'll try and get it in for Paul Glover there as well.
Yeah.
If anybody's got any other suggestions?
Yeah, any other great words that we don't use enough in the English vocab, you know, let us know.
Yeah, longevity. Paul.
Yes, longevity, that's a good word. And for those of you who don't understand, vocab means vocabulary.
Absolutely. And why do you pronounce 2 G's in longevity when you only spell it with 1?
The English language is a mess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100% agree with you.
You know, like other languages make a lot more sense than ours does.
They do, completely honest with you as well. And
yeah.
They make spelling a lot more easier. They don't need 3 there, and there. Or your, and yours.
Yes.
It's bonkers.
Yes.
I think you should be able to use 1. And that's about it.
Yeah, it's all these like silent letters and things like that. And, you know, when an American reads a lot about town names and places like that, it's why they get them so badly wrong, is they just don't make any sense.
Absolutely. Like knuckle. It's N-U-C-K-L.
Oh, it should be an N. Yeah, why is it? It's a K. Like, oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It's knuckle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With the knife as well.
So you were talking about
Anyway.
Overton a moment ago, weren't you? Leading the
Yes,
class.
he's leading the class, yes, because there was a lot of drama down in Hams, wasn't there?
But he's had a moment. I think he's still leading, but he's had a bit of a moment.
Oh, and he hit the wall.
Yeah, hit the barrier there. Yeah, those barriers do not move. So
is he straight? Can we jump? Is he got a straight steering wheel? Can we have a look?
we can definitely jump forward. Oh, wrong button.
No, we can't.
Right, well, hold on a second. That's not working. Hold on. Oh,
Hello. There we go.
got me there. I got there in the end, James.
You did, mate. Yeah, that driver cockpit part must have been really hard to follow.
It was. Yeah.
Well done, you for finding
Thanks,
us.
mate.
Right.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate the love. Yeah.
On board,
It looks pretty straight to me.
Yeah, I still believe 100% damage is the way to go. I don't like this 75%. Let's go 100.
I think you should race the series and then see how you feel about that afterwards.
Alright, I'll do the next one.
Don't leave me on my own. Right.
You do it solo then, like I did Daytona and see how you go.
No, I refuse.
It's a lot harder than you think, isn't it?
Well, it is harder, especially if it was just one PC, I'd do it, but I'm using two.
Well, then that's, you've set it up that way. I only used one, so it was even more. It was quite easy. But
yeah, but I like being able to do proper the hand replay stuff really, and also watch back the replays and set them up before I show them. Yeah. Try to, yeah, and then work out if the slow mo would look good or not. Yeah. But anyways, Herlock's had a moment apparently, by the looks of it, and so has Brian Reyes, but I think Reyes has done that whole just going off the track ever so slightly.
On board with Smeraldi, chasing down Eduardo Bonica, who has jumped ahead of everybody. Nicholas Kirsten's in third, Smith's still in fourth overall, in the fifth. Then Magnus Dahlgren, Paul Reyes, and Jerry Chen and Simon Zubik there. Let us know in YouTube chat who you want to see, or if you're cheering anybody else on. Of course, and don't forget to join our great word competition.
Yeah, let us know what words we should be using. Come on.
Yeah, we'll try and get them in.
Very quiet on that. Yeah, this is Herlock.
Same corner as everybody else.
Yeah. Trafkey, same corner.
Yeah, up over the jump. Can't quite nail this one. Big moment for him. Unfortunately, off he goes as well as Maximilian. So he's going to have to be careful. Let's get back to live pictures of Morali chasing down Eduardo Bonica. Kirsten's in the day in fourth, down in fifth. Moda in sixth. They're leading the really fast class. The fast is Smith, Ross Smith, of course. Paul Reyes and Jerry Chen in behind him there as well. And the not so fast is Funk and Tammy with Borman in third. And in the slows it's Overton, Struhl and Meyer. So great job from them at the bottom. I'm a bit happy that slow has basically kind of fallen apart. They were looking like they were going to have a great battle. The three of them there, and then it's all kind of just dropped off.
Aldi's just gained a lot of time, well, briefly gained a lot of time on Bonica.
Second and a bit already.
Yeah, so I wonder if Bonica had a moment, maybe, but Ryan Paul Reyes has had, I've seen a few off the track,
literally there.
Yeah.
He was just off there as the traffic.
Sometimes they're nothing, sometimes they just run a little bit wide, as we just seen there. But that's allowed Chen to get right behind him now, or past him.
Yeah.
Get past, so yeah, this is the closest battle out on track at the moment. I'm hoping for Smeraldi to get onto the back of Bonica.
Reyes. Oh, dude, where are you going? Talk about using all of the banking. Paul Reyes really literally chastained that at one point. But managed to keep it out of the wall, running down there as well. In front, leading. SPGR 5 U2Ls there, but even fun with JT's having 3.7 seconds back at this moment in time. So lots of drama. Any drivers that are watching that didn't take part in the race or are now out, and you want to pop into the waiting room, come and have a chat with us up here in the booth as well. Tell us how difficult this circuit is. 35 minutes remaining. We will be chatting to some of the drivers after, of course. So we'll see what goes on after that. They can give us their opinion. But Crowdy dropped back. Now we're back out to 1.8 seconds. Clearly, Bonica in his Ferrari is a bit quicker at certain points of this racetrack. But his Ferrari is going to make way back down. Sure, they're jumping around near enough near each other as well on that one.
That's a new place to spin. Oh, I've not seen that yet. John Mayer. Final corner.
Just get the bank corner.
Coming out the exit, yeah.
Too much power, I think. Too much power.
Stroll's had a moment of some description as well. Yeah, just run. Look, where a lot of them are doing this. They're just. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Running wide, unfortunately, before the S's. It's now in turn number 1. Joel, Jason Tully in second place, chasing down Funk. Funk got goal gap to Corbin at 14.8 seconds. 24 to Wright in behind that. Matty Wright, of course, haven't seen much of him or McLaughlin. To be honest, Edie Clark is still 1 lap down, still running. Fair play to her.
Yeah, good going, Becky. I love the fact she's not giving up.
I may have just.
Mike Perez, spin.
This is still in the race, but down in 15th at the moment for him. Oh, 17th.
In the pits now as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be the second stops. We're going to see a lot of this once more. It's going to be a run to the end after. So hold on to your hats because the second round of pit stops are going to be starting in about, well, any time between now and the next 5 minutes.
So I'm guessing Ross will save time in the next pit stop because he won't need to put as much fuel as everybody else in because he's able to run along with everyone else.
Correct. Hold on.
Thanks.
That's okay.
I'm more than just a pretty face.
Absolutely.
Cat got a tongue.
Yeah, I'm not. I was trying to keep it clean and PC. But I chose that it would be easier if I just did something.
Okay. Oh, Alan Smith is in the waiting room if you're interested.
Oh yeah, let's bring him in here as well. We'll have a chat with Alan Smith in that BMW 320 Turbo that went bang. Alan, how are you?
Considering I'm alright.
Well, yeah.
I'd rather be on the circuit.
Absolutely. I do have one thing though. Like next time you go bang in that BMW, can you like get flamed? Because the other cars when they blow up, they have flames. You had no flames. It was a little bit of an anticlimax, to be honest.
It was very weird because going down the gears, go to the throttle and there's nothing, and it's like, oh, and then there's a Ferrari behind me, so I just had to steer it out of the way. But no, it was yeah, not how I wanted to end the race. Pace, surprisingly, the pace was actually stronger than it was in practice. I was expecting to be a bit further off, but yeah, just didn't get the full chance to show it, unfortunately.
Yeah, how is the racetrack out there? It looks very dusty and slippery.
I've not actually raced here before. Something's happened.
Yes, it has, guys. It really has. We've got another engine gone.
Oh, Calvez in the BMW. The other BMW has gone pop. Again, the same as yours, Alan. Very unspectacular.
I think we need to call Munich.
No flames in that BMW.
Let's have a look. Let's see what's this like then. Oh yeah, it is just that has
it's
just given up.
smouldering. Yeah.
It's not as good as Darryl Kruger's. That went up with flames in it. Amazing. So
That's Porsche speed. They're spectacular cars in all ways.
I know, generally not as fast. They are in this one. So, you know, me and Paul sit up here in the booth and we talk about sort of what you're doing at certain points in the racetrack. You know, are you sort of after the start and all that rush of blood, are you sort of just sitting down, chilling out in the middle section at the moment?
What was that? I was trying to, at the very least, match pace with the Lotuses because they are. Ben and Becky were very quick here.
Oh, Jesus! Sorry, Smeraldi, I believe that's Funk. The leader of the race is just here. Ethan Funk, I believe. It's either Ethan Funk or JT Tammy. I think it's actually Funk.
It's Funk.
He has
yeah,
hit Funk going around the final.
Oh, there he goes!
Yeah. So Alan's watching the YouTube stream there. See him at the moment. But this is the replay coming up now. What's this Smeraldi being very impatient? Oh, he comes from a long way back. Oh, he does. Oh, they can't get his stopped.
Absolutely spectacular.
Can't get his stopped there for Smeraldi. And around
Then he
goes.
takes out his teammate.
Smeraldi has just gone and caused drama there, unfortunately. And JT
Got another
Tammy
DNF as well, James.
Overton.
Overton.
He's blown up.
I bet. We'll go up, we'll have a look and I'll report back.
He has blown up because he was leading that class. There was no way that Spree has given out. That Spree has given up, and that means Borman and Ely Clark need to be careful with their Spree and John Mayer, because that is 2 of Spree's gone already throughout this race, and we've still got 29 minutes to go. Alan, how do we see the championship going after this one? Because you were sitting currently at the moment down in 6th place.
Well, I was hoping to get some more
Smelled
points
his round
on the
again.
board.
I know, but he's round twice there, Paul. Can you see that? He's just looking. Sorry, Al. This has all gone off while you've come into the booth with me. Smeraldi's gone round, and then he's went to spin it back, and he's gone round again, and then try and get it round the back. So anyway, you're in 6th place at the moment.
Well, hopefully I can get some more points on the board after this round, get some rounds under my belt as finishes at the very least, and maintain that 6th. But I'd have to see where I am compared to 7th and 8th.
Well, I can tell you now, you are 4 points ahead of Busick and 5 points ahead of Schultz. Well, 1 point behind Ely Clark.
Nika's in the pits.
No, she's gonna take off now.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Al, it's been a pleasure, dear sir. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Well, just Ben Borman having come in very late and going very quickly. I was very surprised by that, and I am very impressed.
Awesome stuff. Alan, catch up with you soon, buddy.
No worries. Take care now.
Take care, mate. We've got a Porsche on the screen as well. Oh, it's another one gone. That is pullback. Oh, pullback Reyes again. Oh, there is no safe cars in this series because the Esprits are gone, and I have the pleasure, but maybe not so much pleasure, I'm hoping he's going to keep it clean here, of having a chat with the U2LSP GR5 AM leader of this race right up until that Lotus Esprit has let go. Matty Overton, what's gone on, son?
Oh, big sigh, man. I was just keeping it together, and obviously the engine said, yeah, no, not going to do that. It came around the final corner of the bank right-hander heading towards the pit. I was just about to head for the pit, and the engine said, done for the day.
And you were leading the class.
Thank you for reminding me.
I don't really
I'm sorry
know
about
what
him,
to say.
Matthew. I have to bring him along for these things.
I don't
Yeah.
really know what you want me to say at the moment,
I
Matty.
had completely put that out of my mind, but you brought it back forward for me. Thank you so much.
I'd like to point out, you have got some points over Mayer. You know, you're nearly 18 points ahead of him in the championship.
Yeah, well, that will be 1 point behind once he finishes the race.
He might not though, Matthew. So you've got to like pray to the racing gods that.
I'm not gonna wish ill on my teammate.
No.
Well,
So-
this is also true, but what's he going to get? 28. So he'll get 58, and you'll stay on 56, I presume. You won't have any points.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll be 2 points ahead of you. But
It'll be like McLaren last year, won't it?
Yeah. We have lost Paulbert Reyes engine, Matty Overton engine, Concalves engine, Smith engine, Kruger engine, Dalga engine. Latalak just went and fucked the wall, and Bradley Sellers right at the beginning. So a lot of people out here. Matty, what's happening with the engines this season? There's a lot of these engine blow-ups. Does it kind of make you want to sit back and go, right, you know, like, do you get into the car and not be able to drive it because your fear of your engine's going to go bang?
No, I don't think so. I think it's pretty representative of the era. They were a little bit fragile, and it is forcing people to think long and hard about how they rev, and getting up the other edge. I thought I was being safe, but I had some damage in the front, which I think probably didn't help me out a little bit. And then just mismanaged a couple of times where a 2-liter passed me on a corner, and I mismanaged the downshift, so probably stressed the engine there too. So I think everyone overall is pretty happy with things. We might do some adjustments. There'll be discussion after George to maybe increase the engine life a little bit, but I think it's really forcing people to be very disciplined about their shifting, and it's not a modern car, so you can't abuse it like that.
Yeah, no, that I understand. I just wondered if is it too fragile? You know what I mean?
I think we'll probably take a look at it again. Maybe after this race, maybe after another. Take a look at what's going on. I think it's really a question of how much engine life is being distributed across the board, because there is a plus minus on the average life. So some people are just coming up on the short end of the straw, and some people are getting good engine life. And that's regardless of whether or not you're shifting low and staying below the dangers of the car. Exactly, and we've talked about this quite a lot in the drivers' forums about how to manage these cars and reinforce that they are not of the same nature with the downshift protection and the rest for the cars that we have in modern era. So it is a switch of gears for some drivers who are more used to it. And yeah, it's keeping it exciting, and that challenge is there. There's the tire management, which is really big in these cars this year, and I thought I was doing a pretty good job of that. I was looking forward to the last 30 minutes just eking through on those tires, and then the fuel management, and then the operating engine management is really dynamic here that I think is really good. It's a great challenge, and people are going to have to step up their game a little bit with this as to how they keep the damage away from the front end of your cars.
We just lost Gilles Lalonde. DNF for Gilles Lalonde.
So this is a particularly demanding track because of the straights here, and it's sort of a precursor what may be the case in terms of how people need to manage for Le Mans, for example. We've had some good long, it's hot track. It's long straights. And if you've gotten that wrong, well, you're going to pay the price for it. So I think that dynamic plays into it as well.
Wow. Yeah, well, maybe unfortunately for Gilles Lalonde, he has DNF there, Matty. Matty, thanks so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go, buddy?
Just a big one to George and the SGS team for putting this together, and wishing George good luck and a lot of fun on his real-life adventure this weekend, which is why he's not here. And to all the other drivers, great racing. Last but not least, my family who support me in doing this. I always appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Well, take care, buddy, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Take care.
And that was a conversation with Mario. Ooh. So the Mustang let go. apart from Benjamin Latalik and Bradley Sellers, they've all been engine drivers. On that one, so let's see how we go. 20 minutes to go. How many are we going to end up with on this circuit? Here come the end of this. Yep, down to 22, unfortunately. As Mike Bell now takes the lead of the race. Yeah, he's out in front by 9 seconds. He has only made one pit stop. So has John Ian. So has Dan Hurlock. They're the only ones. Well, as you know, the Smith is all out. So they're the only ones that have not pitted for a second time. Mike Bell, John Ian, and Dan Hurlock. We're going to go do a replay. Eduardo Benito. Too close. And for Eduardo. Get away with that one. That is a big traffic in front of him. Porsche. But goes there, running wide. Same corner that pretty much most everybody else has done it at. Helped out a little bit. Absolutely amazing there as well. Up over Joe. Drifting. Could not get his off from Robin mode in there as well. Pico and Smeraldi in that Bridget Bardo Scudiera seems to be having a little bit of issues here. Jimmy Smeraldi's been the own master of his own downfall. Okay, moving on. I don't know, just, yes, he's been driving outside of his own overly aggressive ability, I don't know. Yeah, but isn't it then it gives him a 50% chance whether or not he's going to finish the race? I agree with you. I think that's right. I think Nico could also be the same, that kind of way as well. And I think between them, I think this could be a race lost to them. I believe he does take second place at the moment, but yeah, it would be. Sorry, which crew did it say was in the pits? That one was Dean. Just making moves forward. Overtakes you there, gets the lead of the class. 16 minutes left on the clock here. Was leading the class overall as well, doing a stellar job, so fair play to him. Don't forget it's Goncalves' teammate when kaput, so he's got to be a little bit more mindful on that one. It's going to be a good day for Smith. He stays where he is, he will take 20 championship points, that will put him on 56, and he's still behind John Uyan, but yeah, Jerry Chet behind that number truck. Yeah. Smith, Leanne and Chen are the top three in the GR5 2LR. So, yeah. Yeah. There's a bit of fight we might see here, or we might see the guy out, and this will be the finishing order. lot of people spread out at the moment. Mike Bell in pit lane, Ollie Dace, Moraldi. That should allow Smith to move up, not only still leading the class, but he should effectively move up to 5th overall after going past Mike Bell on that. Sure of that one. Yeah. Darryl Kruger. I did like Darryl Kruger. He's getting aware of lap 2 of 25. There's a couple of people in there. Kruger a bit. Seems a little bit unhappy. I think this engine conversation is going to be one that's going to take us to the end of the season. I somehow feel I personally, and this is just my opinion, okay? No, I'm not influencing anybody. I've not been told not to say this. This is just my opinion. I feel if I was driving in this series, I wouldn't want to carry on without knowing that I could at least get remotely to the end. Because you're losing points. Alan Smith, Paul Barrett's blown up twice in a row now. You know?
I just realised, James, that my mic is muted. That's not good fun. You want an element of realism, of course. Like I said to Matthew. But on the flip side, it's like also want it to be fun and everybody to enjoy themselves. And if, you know, people are spending time practicing and then not able to finish a race, then I can understand people's unhappiness. I totally understand that.
I do get it. As you say, I do. I you know, can see why they want to be realistic with it. I just think it's going to be a controversial topic.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah, there'll be a lot. Like Matthew said, you know, they were discussing it a lot with the drivers, and you know, we've got 9 DNFs, and I think the majority of them have been engine.
They've all been engines, bar Italic and Salis. I think the two that. Benjamin Italic went nose diving straight into the wall. I'm not entirely sure what happened. Did we find out?
I can't remember, but I can go back to the archive. Becky Healy's unfortunately had a bit of a spin.
It's the spin better than the engine. Well, that's what we think. In the YouTube chat, guys, as well. Unfortunately, Ian Clark goes into the wall. Just looks like she's had that splitter repaired, and it goes, and yo, Becky.
That was a Coke round moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's not going to do that Esprit any good, mind you.
She's back into the pits by the looks of things as well, and then Traffic also had a moment of some description.
Yeah, bump.
Yeah. Well, I think he caught the grass. I think that dragged him on further on. Because sometimes that happens, doesn't it? Like you catch when you're racing, you can touch a little bit of the grass. Then like the grass is like, oh, come on in, have some fun. Yeah. I think that's what happened there, and then like you say, he hit a bump.
Yeah, 11 minutes to go, guys. The second round of pit stops that I thought was going to bring people together have not really done their job. Let's put it this way.
We've got Smoldy who's right behind Dave, second back. He was slightly slower last time round, so keep an eye on that. We've got Dahlgren here, and he's got Robert Molin in close company, a second back on him. They're basically the two closest battles that we have out on the track.
Yeah, what's happening with Joey Chen and JT Tammy? They're about 3 tenths apart. They're not in the same class.
No.
They're having a bit of a JT. There's Jerry Chen in that Porsche behind him. Chasing down at the moment. Not in the same class, it was a yellow. Popped up briefly.
We've had another DNF, Cole Straw. Well, James, let's find out.
Yep.
Dan Hurlock's had a moment somewhere. Let's have a look. Probably just refog the track, I'd imagine.
Slightly going in there. Completely lost it on entry. Does run wide. That is a kick in the teeth for Carl Sturrow. You do literally an hour and 20 minutes of a race.
10 minutes to go. Yeah.
10 minutes to go. Ouch.
Yeah. I wouldn't be very, very happy. I think it's getting to the point now where if it was like 3 or 4 cars, you go, look guys, it's on you. Now with this volume of cars, we've got to 10. Is that 10 now?
8 blown. 8 engines blown. Let's clarify that first. We've had 8 engines go.
Yeah.
So that's 8 out with an engine. Still can't remember what this is, but 8 out with an engine.
Okay, so 80% out with an engine blowout. I think you just need to start asking questions about the engine settings now. Because look, we've only got one left in the UTL SPGR5 AM class.
And what happens if John Mayer blows up? We don't have anyone. Who wins that class then?
Well,
do you know what's worse? He's in the lowest of sprint.
He just needs to slow down. He doesn't need to go fast, so he can just poodle along, can't he?
Yeah, and he's in the sprint, of all things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Slow
Matty's in
down,
YouTube
John.
chat. I love it. Matty's trying to be diplomatic in YouTube chat there as well. Daytime temperatures doing a number on the cars.
Slow down, John. Slow down. You don't need to go fast.
John just literally can do like 5-minute lap times.
Yes.
Just do 2 more laps, ain't gonna matter.
Yeah.
That one as well. Carl's in YouTube chat there. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't know. This is the conversation we're going to rage on for absolutely ages.
It is. Yeah, it is. And it is. I mean, Matthew's right to point it out. It is hot. And so drivers do need to adjust. And whether that's their driving style or, removing the tape. And you can go safer with the amount of tape you remove, or you can go a bit more extreme and take that risk. And if you've gone with the risky strategy, then that's on you, I guess, really. So
I think qualifying, I would have to take on, obviously.
Yeah,
I want to go fast. Yeah. But literally during a race, I think that should just be wide open. Take it out, like get rid of it. Throw it out.
I mean, that's probably what I would do, because I'm risk adverse and I just want to finish the race.
Unfortunately, for Carl Shaw, we've got through an hour and 20. Finished the end of it. So we pray that John Mayer will get to the end in that sprint. We've got Magnus Dahlgren battling away here with Robert Molin. They are in the same class. Molin's looking at going in up the inside. Is he going to make this work? Down that long back straight. Into the left hand, there they go. Then it's kick to the right for Robert Molin and Magnus Dahlgren. Both people at this moment in time are still out on the racetrack through the bank corner they go. Really nice part of the racetrack. I think they should bring this layout back. Doesn't very good.
Well, they can't because it's now a mall.
Well, I know it's a shopping mall, but the actual layout, make it, where it looks like
I think they should bring bank corners back into more traffic is had enough somewhere. He's had a proper off as well. Oh, he caught it. Unfortunately for him. Nice.
Starts sliding now on the run up through the S's up to turn number 1. Slides again, and again. Round he goes, up over the hill. And jump it. There's through the wall. So there we go, unfortunately, for traffic.
And that's a big hit.
Even with 75% damage, that's going to hurt.
5 minutes down now left here. Ben Ball's keeping himself out of the way. Rolling Magnus Dahlgren still continuing to fight. Monica out in front, Kirsten second, Day in third. Spirelli fourth, then Rolling and Dahlgren.
Ross is up to 5th, we missed that.
Yeah, 5th overall. We jumped Mike Bell in the pit lane, didn't he?
Yeah, but they got it. Oh, did it? Oh, right, okay. Because he was up into 6th, didn't he, when we saw the other pit? So, okay. Yeah, I missed that entirely. That's good going, though.
Absolutely. Oh, man, right there. Talk about it.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We say we'll move up to 5th once Bell goes into pit lane, and he did.
Oh, I thought it was 6th at that time. I think we went on the move.
Anyway, he's ahead of Robert Molin and Magnus Dahlgren. There's Eduardo Bonica out in front. Kirsten behind him. There's Kirsten in that Ferrari. Bonica in that Ferrari as well. How's Kirsten going to be out of this one then? Because obviously, coming in 4.5 minutes to the end, he's going to be wanting to be driving 11 the hell out of that Ferrari. Is he still going to be taking it easy, or is he going to be going for it?
That's a good. Doesn't look like he's taking it easy to me. The way he went in that final corner.
There you go. 4 minutes to go here. This race. 10 DNFs, of course, 8 Delta engines. Talak in the wall. Sellers, unfortunately, out not long after the start, I believe, as well. But Kirsten's out, chasing down Monica, trying to get in front of him. 3.2, 2.9. He's slowly dropping here. Smith leading the 2Ls and Tammy, U2L Pro leader. U2L leader is John Mayer, but then Mayer's already got no competition. Just Drew engine went over to the down. So unfortunately for these guys, too close to that car in front of them. And it's starting to drive. Why are you so aggressive?
No, I'm just focusing on something with the broadcast. So, yeah, it's scary for the end of the race.
So you put in
Just making sure.
Jason Tammy leading the class there, 50 seconds ahead of Wright. Maya ahead of no one. Smith ahead in that second class, 33 seconds. Monica leading by 2.3. The
Jason Tammy won last time as well, didn't he? Last time out, no?
I believe so, yep. Incredibly, JT. He's done well so far in this series. Good job from Jason Tammy. Once again, leading, he's got 4 6 points, so it's four wins out of 4 for JT. Monica in first, 1.3 seconds ahead of Kirsten. So that is a battle that may come here right at the end. Both of these guys, Monica is only 4 points ahead of Nicholas Kirsten in the championship, and is just about to pull out another one on him. It's 20 for the win, 19 for second, and 18, 17 all the way through. Spirelli up. Yep. Ferrari. No problems there. Kirsten 1.2 seconds away.
Yeah, he kind of keeps fluctuating a little bit. I personally don't think Kirsten's going to catch him. We've got a minute and a half to go, so.
We're going to come in on to the final lap now, ladies and gentlemen. Kirsten Benitez is going to come in through the banking of the final corner. And he goes now to the final lap. There is Kirsten, 0.7 back at the moment. There is the Ferrari. It's going to be a run to the line for Eduardo Benitez. He's going to want to run away like a scolded dog here, or a rabbit in headlights. Unfortunately, they don't move to it. But Benitez and Kirsten, I wonder if Benitez is trying to fuel circuit. I don't know if he's going to have enough, because I've got a funny feeling this is going to be an easy overtake for Kirstens.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, he's really caught up now.
He's nursing a problem, or he's fuel saving because he hasn't got enough. So they have to try and go for it now as well. Down and straight away they go. Not many corners left here on this racetrack.
Oh!
There you go, contact. Kirsten's going to go through. But I think that was by the fact that Benika did not have enough fuel. And Nicholas Kirstens has taken the lead of the race. It's on the run down now for Nick Kirstens. Up over the jump he goes. Hard onto the brakes. Got to make it through this corner. Everybody else seems to be having trouble through turn 8. And now Benika's going to try and come back at him. It's going to be a run to the line, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a run down that long straightaway. We've got one more corner to go. The banking of 9. Kirsten just got Benika on the Lions lap. And I think that's going to be it. I don't think Benika's quite got the fuel to get to the end. But it is going to be Nick Kirsten's going to come around the corner. John Mayer gets overtaken. He's going to finish just not long after these leaders. Benika's going to try and send it in deep. Is he going to go for one more throw of the dice there? Can he chastain it around the wall? No, he cannot. And it is Nick Kirstens, after 90 minutes of Riverside, comes over the line and takes that win here. Well done, Nick, on that one. Benika will have to settle for second. We will pick up a John Mayer. I believe he's just gone over the line as well. JT Tammy takes the win into LSPGR5. Rose. He's going to come around that final corner. Touchwood, we had no more DNFs on engines, so that was always good. But I'm sure that will be a topic of conversation for quite a long time. But JT
That's
Tammy
what I know. I was
comes
saying in a minute and a half he wasn't going to do it, and next thing you know, he's not going to win the race. Won it.
yeah, over he goes. Where's Smith? There's John Mayer popped up. He has gone over the line, Mayer. Where is Smith? Smith comes flying down. He's on his run down the back straight. He's got one more corner to go. He's going to take the lead, take the win in class. And he's also 6th overall now, actually. Got overtaken by Roland. There goes Ben Borman. But Ross Smith comes over the line in that BMW M1. Tic-tac-toe Motorsport takes the victory after Concalves blew up earlier. Smith over the line, taking his win in class as well. Great run by Ross Smith there. Oh, another engine at the end.
Oh, no, there's 2 of them.
Oh, 2.
Why are they doing that on purpose? You just don't know, do you?
No idea.
So Ross is happy. He's flashed his lights. He's happy.
Yeah, but 2 engines gone at the end there. I'd say, do wonder whether or not it was on purpose. Great job from all these guys. Let's bring you up the results if we've got them, please. Nick Kirstens take the win in class with Eduardo Benika in second. Then you got Ollie Day, Alexander Smeraldi, Robert Molin, Magnus Dahlgren, Mike Bell, Dan Herlock, and then Timon Suvic. No Gilles Lalonde, of course, because he's kaput early in the race. Ross Smith wins class. Then we've got Johnny Yan and Jerry Chen, Maximilian Petrovsky in 4th, Steve Carman, Ryan, Paulbert Reyes. Vinicius Concalvin's engine went, Paulbert Reyes' engine went, and Daryl Kruger's engine Moving on, JT Tammy does take the win in class. Matty Wright in second and Ethan Funk in third. Then you've got Tony McCoffin and Becky Clark finishes down in 5th in class overall. Ben Borman, her teammate, right in behind her. Anna Smith, DNF, engine, Benjamin Latalik, nosedive like a torpedo straight into a barrier. Broke the car. Moving on. John Mayer is the survivor, the lone wolf of the bottom class there, and takes the victory. Stroll, engine. Overton, engine. Dalga, engine. All DNF out of that race as well. Right, we've got Nicholas Kirsten waiting in the booth. We're going to have a chat with, where are we? I was going to wait for John Mayer, but is he coming or is he not coming? I'll tell you what, let's go to JT Tammy, who here, let's have a chat with JT Tammy. He has wrapped up 4 wins out of 4. He's got a perfect score. He is the only one in the whole of the series to hit 80 points at this moment in time, because he will get them after this race. JT, 4 out of 4, son.
Yeah, that's something.
What's going on, dude? What's happening out there?
Staying out of trouble and executing strategy. I'm getting quite lucky, and others are unfortunately not.
Surviving with the engines?
Oh God, it's hard. We're short shifting. We're running lower temperatures, just making absolute sure that we're not going to have any engine issues. But it seems to be paying off.
And well done to you, sir, as well. Going forward, Sebring, how are we going to find yourself out there, JT?
Hopefully competitive. I love Sebring. It's one of my favorite tracks. I'll be going to the actual 12 hours in just a couple weeks time, so it's definitely a track I look forward to every year, and I really enjoy running at.
Hi, man. Well, congratulations on your full house, buddy. You're the only one out of the whole series, so well done on that one. Enjoy it. JT, anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just that the usual group, Storm Gang, the admin team, CMS, you guys helped make this awesome weekend, time in and time out. So yeah, thank you guys.
All right, JT. We'll take care, buddy. We'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, let's bring in John Mayer in class, the lone survivor of the SP U2L AMS. He comes over the line. He takes the win. He takes the lead in the championship. It's going to put him 2 ahead of Matty Overton. John, you survived there as well.
Yes, that was basically what it was.
You're the only one that did, though, mind you, sir.
Sorry?
You're the only one that did out of your class.
Yes. Yeah, I was kept an eye on who was around me and watched the guys drop off, and realized all I had to do was get across the line. So then I just backed off and cruised.
Yeah, you definitely did, mate, as well. And, you know, it was very, very difficult out there. Sebring coming up next. John, how are you going to find it?
It's going to be tough with these little cars because they bounce so much there, right?
Absolutely. And obviously, engine's going to go kabang.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. It was hot out there today, and the guys, Christian didn't have his tape. He had too much tape on his radiator, so he blew up his engine early. And then I was just reading Matthew lost his engine to heat as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was 8 people who lost engines.
Yeah, it was a hot day.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, John, thanks so much for joining us, buddy. Look forward to seeing how you get on Sebring. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, just thanks to you guys for doing all the hard work and all the talking while we're driving and keeping everybody entertained.
No problem, man. Thanks so much for that, and we'll catch up with you soon.
You betcha. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Let's bring in Mr. Ross Smith, who takes a victory in class there as well. And as an added bonus, he was 5th overall. He did survive. Teammate did not. Let's have a chat with him now. Mr. Smith, welcome in.
Hey, yeah, that was well deserved win. We spent a lot of time getting that lined up, and we knew the car was going to be good here. And it's, like you said, just a shame that Vinicius blew up. We thought we'd cut the tape back, but it just kept getting hotter and hotter. And unfortunately, I think he was running his gearing or running his gears out a little bit higher than I was, and that was just enough to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was hard out there. You know, we had 8 people out with engines today as well. On that one, it didn't look like a difficult track, but the beginning, the race right at the beginning after the start, kind of showed us it might well be.
Yeah, I talking with Paul, I knew that it was going to be a bit of a cluster at the start with so many under 2s in the mix with the 2Ls, and sure enough, right in front of me, John Uyan, and I couldn't see who it was. I think it was Matt. I think they might have touched just a little bit, and it was kicking off, and I saw several others off all over the place. I was hearing things, and I was just trying to keep my head down and not slam into anybody, and so that worked out pretty well. No damage, whole race long, and managed to get it home. I had to keep an eye on the temperatures because we start getting some engine damage when it goes over 105, and on that long straight, I was starting to creep over. So I was kind of gritting my teeth and crossing everything I could to just hope, please make it to the end.
All right, man. Well, listen, going forward to Sebring on that one. Ross, how are you going to fare at Sebring?
It's hard to say. It should be a track we're somewhat decent at in different parts. There are a lot of long straights, unfortunately for us. Hopefully that they're not too long, and they're broken up just enough to see if we can take advantage of that. We are pretty quick through some of the chicanes and tighter corners, but it's going to be a challenge regardless. Another track where it's going to be warm, and we're going to have to keep an eye on engine temps and come up with a strategy, probably not too dissimilar from here, just trying to maybe do some fuel saving wherever we can, getting some slipstreams where we can, and just try and keep the engine under management.
All right. Well, Ross, thanks so much for joining us. Anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, to Vinicius, for putting his best in. I know that he's real disappointed with that result because we could have probably gotten a 1-2 had he not blown up there. But and we have some netting to get back up on to try and catch our competition in the teams. But he did a good job. Shout out to George. I know that he's missing not being here to be able to run this race. I know he's looking forward to it as well. Doing some stuff for his work. So good job to him, the whole SGS crew, the CMS team, and of course to you guys and everyone who showed up.
Take care and don't get offended.
Well done, Ross.
Wants to put you in a sandwich, but you'll figure out what that's about when you watch the broadcast back. I'll catch up with you soon, Ross Smith, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, gents. Take care.
Right, now, last... Oh, hold on. No, that's working. There you go. Last but not least is the winner overall and the winner in the SP2 hours is Nick Kirstens. Here is in the booth. Nick, welcome in, bud.
Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Nice win out there today.
Yeah, it was quite an exciting race. Decided, quite towards the end.
Yeah, decided on the final lap there, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. I took a little bit of a gamble in the last pit stop and took new front tires, and luckily it worked out.
It did
So
there
I
as
was
well,
able
mate.
to-
Yeah, it worked out for you. You went through on a Benica at the final corner there as well. How are you going to fare at Sebring? How's that Ferrari going to do?
I think the Ferrari is a good car on any kind of track and should be competitive throughout the season.
Okay, bud. Well, congratulations on your win. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just a big thanks to everyone from Champion Motorsports for organizing the league and to you guys in the commentators booth. Thanks.
All right, man. Take care, Nick, and we'll catch up with you soon in Sebring.
Bye.
Well, there you go. On that one, we've had a chat with all the drivers, and join us next time out on the 7th of March as we go for the 1.2 hours of Sebring on that one. Last word from Paul Glover.
Yeah, that was good, that, wasn't it?
Absolutely. There you go.
Moving on. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and I think the engine. I was winding you up there. I think the engine debate's an interesting one. I've seen somebody say that they had removed all of their tape from the radiator, but as also has been touched on, it was a pretty hot day at the racetrack today. So yeah, look, I think we could probably talk about this until the cows come home, but I'm sure there'll be an update around that at some point, because it does seem like a high number of drivers that have been lost this week, which is a shame, really, because it does hurt the spectacle somewhat.
It does, absolutely. Right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been JP. I've been alongside Paul Glover, and as always, take care. Have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on track sometime. Good night.